Maroto wanero wambura ya mura goe ngaye aro chunge jesoe aro gosomorio naro mugeru kane kanjaro na kanye nige toenga iye aro gosomorio naro mugeru.
Very serious campaigns are going on at Mbeere North, and Rigathi Gachagua is leading the opposition team while Kindiki has come in to lead the government team. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been very keen to observe what is happening there from the first day up to date. And on this particular video, I want to show you the strange things that Rigathi Gachagua has done at Mbeere North, which every Kenyan is now shocked about. But before I take you through what these strange things are, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, take a second or two, subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, without much wasting of time, allow me to dive into this topic here today. The number one thing that Rigathi Gachagua has done that is strange, it is the door-to-door visits. Imagine you are seated in your home in the morning, wondering how the day is going to start, or maybe wondering what you're going to do next. And then, Ghafla bin Vu, Rigathi Gachagua appears. Then you're like, wait, who is this? It's Gashaga. He sits down in your kitchen or outside your home and then gets tea from you. Tell me, how shocking is that? It is very shocking. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the type of politics we've not seen in Mount Kenya or in the entire country. Most of these politicians embrace going on top of the car, just alone, having microphones, meeting people in churches, also going to funerals. But Rigathi Gachagua decides to do door-to-door campaigns. That is strange because it gets to meet the people, see the environment there. It seems to be very close to the people of Mbeere, and that is very crucial. So that is one of the strange things that Rigathi Gachagua has done at Mbeere North. In fact, he has gone ahead to influence the people in government, like now Kithure Kindiki. I saw him come alighting his vehicles, going to greet wazees, removing kofia and sign of respect, trying to copy what Rigathi Gachagua is doing literally. So in a nutshell, Rigathi Gachagua has taken the Kenyan politics to another level. Now, number two thing that has happened is this. It's the connection that Rigathi Gachagua has created with the people there. I've seen Rigathi Gachagua connect with the youth. People really knowing him. I was surprised people know him at the grassroots, seriously. You find Rigathi Gachagua converses with the youth and asks them to vote for Courage. Then he goes to another area where there are old women of about 80, 85, 90 years old. And Rigathi Gachagua is mingling with them. They are having good fun, talking, drinking tea, dancing, singing songs from Mbeere North. Such kind of connection, ladies and gentlemen, it has not been seen in most of these parts of the country during the campaigns. And Rigathi Gachagua is the first person to do that. Tell me when the first time was Uhuru Kenyatta went to our home and sat down, drank some tea. No, he never did so. Most of the time they were on top of the car, surrounded by security guards, trying to avoid being close to the people. That has been happening to most of the politicians. In fact, you can't find an MCA do that. Most of them fear because of the type of politics that they do. So in a nutshell, Rigathi Gachagua did something that was strange, going to the villages to connect with the people directly. This has spread to drivers, people just passing on the road, people in the kitchen, people in shambas, and is connecting across. That is one of the strange things I've observed at Mbeere North. The other thing that I've seen at Mbeere North, it is courage that I've never seen in any other politician. Rigathi Gachagua, honestly speaking today, we have to state it here that is the most courageous leader we have in the country so far. Raila Amolo Odinga, during his time of politics, he used to speak things out. But Rigathi Gachagua speaks them too directly that you feel in the next moment he might be arrested, but he does the same thing again. Now, he's the only person who can come out and call William Ruto Kasongo, and even some other names like a thief, Muwaji, and many other things. Then now you sit down and ask yourself, where does he get this courage to speak this way? Because we've had politicians like Raila Amolo Odinga, but there are things he could not say. But Rigathi Gachagua, he says them, he repeats again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, that level of courage, it is not in any of these politicians we are seeing around here. If you call them right now, there are things they can't do. If they come, even if it's anywhere, and then you tell them, they'll just tell you, no, wait. You know, hizi mambo ya siasa kuna vitu nazuia. So they don't tend to come out like Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi Gachagua has portrayed a high level of courage which no other politicians has done before. And the way he has shown courage, it is when He literally wants to face anyone in the current politics. If it is our governor, he faces him, faces Hymen. If it is a senator, the same. If it's an MP, the same. If it is the deputy president, the same. If it is William Ruto, the same. He does not care what people think about it or what these people do to him. Rigathi Gachagua faces them head on. That level of courage of facing everyone at any point at the same time, sometimes, saw something in most of these politicians. That's what we are saying. Rigathi Gachagua has decided to go to another level when it comes to the Kenyan politics. So in a nutshell, I just want to say that Rigathi Gachagua has portrayed the highest level of courage that no other politician can be able to match. And in fact, this makes it so difficult to even work with Rigathi Gachagua. Imagine you are in Rigathi Gachagua's campaign and you are trying to be a gentleman. People are quiet listening to you. The moment he holds the mic, he hits it hard. He says things the way they're supposed to be said. He says what Kenyans want to hear. Eventually, you realize that Rigathi Gachagua becomes the king in that particular circle. So he outshines everyone. That makes it very difficult to work with Rigathi Gachagua. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, today at Mbeere North, he also went ahead to dare President William Ruto.
Nasikia ati wanaambia Ruto ati kimekuwa ngumu akuja wasaidie. Si akuje. Si mimi niko hapa. Wewe Kasongo kuja.
He was telling him actually, come, don't send your people now. It's you to come. Kuja kwa ground tukutane hapa. Wewe ndio my weight. You know, he was telling William Ruto that you're the person I can compete with. All these other people working for you, starting from the deputy president and below, are useless. So is the person he wants to face. Who wants to face the president, that is? Who wants to call President William Ruto to a by-election here? For instance, here in Nyansiongo here. You call William Ruto to come and face you? So it easy. So therefore, William Ruto has been dared by Rigathi Gachagua. He has told him to come to Mbeere North and face him. But I'm very sure that him daring President William Ruto, it's based on a few things. Number one, he understands the ground is good. In that if William Ruto comes, there are high chances the ground to rubbish and heckle him right, left and center, even shout at him. That's number one. He also knows very well that Rigathi Gachagua knows very well that if William Ruto comes to compete with him, when it comes to orator skills, he will beat him very early in the morning because, truth be told, he's the best orator we have in the country as to speak today. So if he comes to try Rigathi Gachagua will outshine him. Another thing that makes Rigathi Gachagua to also dare President William Ruto, ladies and gentlemen, it's because Rigathi Gachagua thrives in a conflict. You know, if you go peaceful, humble to Rigathi Gachagua, he will have nothing to say to you. Nothing much. But if you bring war to Rigathi Gachagua, I remember one time he was heading to Meru. And then there were goons who were organized to block his vehicles and probably stop his campaigns. Rigathi Gachagua said it openly on a press conference, and I think at some point even wrote it on X. And he said he has had goons have been put there to stop his rallies. But do you know what Rigathi Gachagua said? I am coming. If it's the goons, let them wait for me. And very early in the morning, Rigathi Gachagua was there. He did a very successful rally in Meru. To some extent, it was said that those goons who were actually against him, they eventually joined him. And some of them who had put barricades on the roads, they took them off and joined William Ruto and joined Rigathi Gachagua. They took them away and joined Rigathi Gachagua on the roads, and they started chanting one term. They went ahead to even start singing Rigathi Gachagua ndio Simba wetu. That is when I realized that Rigathi Gachagua is the leader of the Mount Kenya region, especially Mount Kenya. And I mean Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West. I don't know what's your take, but in the comment section, feel free to share with me what you think about Rigathi Gachagua's strange things in the Mbeere North by-election. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abdul Mukwa. Don't forget to subscribe.